would like to use this opportunity to thank you very much for making time to follow this channel. As I highlighted in my previous videos, this channel is solely about giving you more information on you to apply for admissions, scholarships, and visa to study abroad. I have a very wonderful friend who is very experienced in this kind of scholarship applications, and it's an honor to welcome him to this channel and for him to give you more information. And I'm sure that the information that will be given through this video will be very good for you, and stay tuned. So you are very welcome, my friend.
Okay, thank you so much.
It's an honor to have you here.
Yeah, me too. I'm really happy to.
Nice. So I'll give you the opportunity to introduce yourself to our audience.
Okay.
Who are you and where are you from?
Yeah, so I am Aruna Kanyande.
Okay.
So I am a national of Sierra Leone.
Oh.
Yes, now I am in Dresden in Germany, where I studied my master's degree.
That's so great. Yeah. So, what program did you study here in Dresden?
Oh yes, I studied tropical forestry, which is a 2 years master's program.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's so great. Tropical forestry. So, may I ask, did you study this program with a scholarship?
Yes, I was fortunate enough to be awarded a scholarship.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what is the name of this scholarship package?
So my scholarship was the DAAD EPOS Scholarship, which means Development-Related Postgraduate Study Programs.
Oh, yeah. That is so great. That's so great. So, what is the total worth of this scholarship, and maybe details on the monthly stipends that you were given for this 2-year program?
Yeah, as you should know that the scholarship is really a prestigious scholarship.
Oh.
So I got to receive 851 euros per month, but this money is depending on the living conditions at the time.
Okay.
But now I think it's slightly above that.
Okay. And since Germany is tuition free, so this money was only for your upkeep and maybe your books and other stuff?
Yes, it was mainly for my upkeep and to move around and take care of myself while I focus on my studies.
Okay, then you really enjoy. So is this scholarship solely focused on tropical forestry or other programs?
No, there are a lot of programs that are covered within this EPOS scholarship. So tropical forestry is just one of them.
Okay. So other programs like economics, like...
Yes, like economics, engineering courses, a bit of social science and agriculture
That is so good. So can you tell us a little bit about the eligibility criteria for this scholarship?
Well, there are a lot of eligibility criteria, both for the universities as well as for the DAAD. But for the DAAD, one of the criterion is you should have like your bachelor's degree in a related field of the subject that you want to apply for, and it should be above average degree, like second class, upper, or first class. But I think people with second class, lower could also apply based on their experience and demonstrating their motivation.
Okay, so I heard that if you want to apply for this DAAD scholarship, you should have relevant work experiences.
Yes, that's true. It's also one of the criteria. You have to have at least 2 years of professional work experience.
Okay.
And you should be able to really prove this by submitting a certificate of employment.
So you have to submit a certificate of employment?
Yes, they should come from your employer. And if possible, they could also add that they are willing to re-employ you after your studies if you decide to go back home.
Oh, okay. So is there any age limits to this scholarship?
No, there is no age limit. Yeah. It's really free, but then there is also some conditions. I don't know how they enforce this, that your bachelor's degree should not be more than 6 years from the time you got it to the time of application.
Okay, so just a bit to focus on you. So you know, then from the information, DAAD scholarship, you can apply for any program that you want to study, especially in Germany. The scholarship has no age limit because they also require 2 years of work experience. So if you're out there and you are a worker, maybe a forest officer, an engineer, or somebody that you really want to study abroad, then this scholarship is focused on you. So, my brother, back to the interview.
Okay.
So I will want to ask whether this scholarship requires that compulsorily you return home after the program.
Well, it's not really clear. I think it's something that is discretionary. It depends on the scholar. After your study, you could decide to also look for further opportunities in Germany, probably to have some work experience here or to further your studies. But if you also decide to go back home, it's also okay.
So it's not compulsory that after the program, the scholarship takes you, or the board of the scholarship takes you back home.
No,
but it depends on the kind of opportunities here that you scout out for.
Yes, it's like that. Yeah.
Oh, then that is so good. So can you briefly outline some of the application procedure?
Yes, the first procedure is to really check this DAAD website and look for EPOS scholarships, and then you know all the documents they're asking for, as well as your university. Try to know what they are also asking for, because it could be different.
Okay.
So for my university, what I had to do was to apply using this DAAD application form, which is also available online.
Okay.
So fill this and choose the course I'm applying for. So you could apply for up to 3 courses.
Okay.
Yes.
Within the same university?
Yeah, in different universities.
Different universities, okay.
Yes. And the courses must be related. So, and then you have to write a motivation letter.
Okay.
And state why you choose those courses and why you think you could be the best candidate.
Okay, so just to focus on you again, I told you in my previous videos that the motivational letter or the statement of purpose letter is a very integral document that you shouldn't take chances. I made a video on the points to note when you are writing a motivational statement, and I also made a practical section on how to write a motivational statement using one of my motivational statements that I've used to win funds over the previous years. So if you've not watched those videos, I will kindly advise you to go back and watch those videos. So you could see that in his outline of the process and the document necessary for the scholarship to be awarded to you, he outlined that actually the motivational statement is an integral part, and that also confirms the information that we put out there.
Yes.
Okay, so back to this, I want to ask whether there's any special advice that you want to give to our listeners on applying for this scholarship, what they should know, what the do's and the don'ts, and what information they should have before applying.
Yes, there are some advice that I have for them, but firstly, it might be good for me to complete the list of documents.
Yes.
So in addition to this letter of motivation, they also need this certificate of employment that I said earlier.
Okay.
And then a letter of recommendation from their employers.
Okay.
Or from some professor in the university.
Okay.
During their bachelor's, and also they need to submit a CV.
Okay, great.
And they should follow this Europass template. It's available online also.
The Europass template,
yes.
The CV. That is what the scholarship.
This is what they require.
Okay.
And also they have to show proof of language. Language knowledge of English.
Okay.
And then this is for people that are coming from countries where their native language is not English.
Okay.
So you could show this through IELTS, this English language testing system, and TOEFL, or you could simply present a certificate from your university that your medium of instruction for the bachelor was in English, so it's also acceptable. Great. I think those are the main documents that you can submit for this application.
Yeah. So Aruna has a lot of papers because I know he's a man that he always wants to pass on detailed information. So you could see that he has prepared some points and he's delivering much on giving us more information. So he made mention of a document that I want to put more emphasis on, especially when you're applying for the DAAD scholarship. He said the CV should be the Europass. Simply, Europass is a CV format that is well accepted here in Europe. So after this, I will put a link to getting a template of the Europass CV, and I will also put a link to the scholarship we are talking about, the DAAD scholarship, so that you could go there and then read it for yourself. And if there is any information, don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section. Okay, so we now come back to any advice for our listeners, the do's and the don'ts, or some of the information that helped you to win this scholarship.
Yes, well, what I would advise prospective applicants is to always check the website of the universities they want to apply and try to know the type of research or the type of program that they offer and see if you could be suitable for this program. And then take good notes of the deadlines. It's always good to submit within this period, otherwise you could not be considered. And then also some universities have, they ask for a research proposal, some don't. So you really have to be sure whether the university you are applying is requesting for this. Because in the DAAD criteria, they don't ask for the research proposal. But for my university, they asked. So you should take note of this.
Great. So is there any specific period of the year that the scholarship will start, the application or the call for application?
Yes, I think you always have to apply 1 year prior to the year you want to study. If you want to study in 2024, you have to apply in October, end of October in 2023. So it means you could submit your application from August to 31st of October if you want to start in the next year.
So basically, he's passing the information that if you want to apply for this scholarship, the application from August to October, and that is every year, August to October, against the following year intake.
Sure.
Okay. Any further information?
Yes, and then what also applicants should know is that you don't have to submit your applications directly to DAAD. So you have to always submit to the universities, and then the universities will process your applications and recommend you to DAAD. This is when DAAD would ask you to now submit your documents in the DAAD portal if you are selected.
So you have to apply to the university.
Yes.
And with a DAAD.
With the DAAD forms and all required documents.
So you have to get the DAAD forms and all required documents. They submit to the university.
Yes.
Now, when the university accepts you, they now recommend you to the DAAD scholarship.
Yes.
Then the DAAD scholarship will now contact you to upload all your documents in their portal.
Yes.
Oh, this is a wonderful information.
Sure, it's like this.
Then any maybe farewell message?
Yes, I feel that they should always try to look for much more information about scholarships and to be really careful with the details. And always try to ensure that all their documents are coherent, that you put the same information in the CV, in the motivation, and that you don't mix it. And just be hopeful for notifications, mostly in the March. In the new year.
Then, Ms. Aruna, we want to thank you very much for giving this information to our listeners.
Yes,
and I think it's going to help somebody out there.
Yes, for sure. Thank you so much.
So at this point, I will kindly ask you that if you've not subscribed to the channel, you subscribe, you like, you share, you comment, and then stay tuned for further information. I told you this is a channel that we focus on giving you more details on scholarships, and in the next episode we are going to cover more scholarships like spanning from the World Bank Scholarship, the ITTO Scholarship, and other stuff. So if you're really interested to study abroad in Europe, in Canada, in the US, I will advise you to stay tuned as we come your way. Thank you very much, and we look forward to crossing your path again. Bye.
Yeah. Okay, bro. At least I
oh, really? I never knew this about DAD.
Oh.